Welcome to week 2 of training for a coastal marathon, and today we're talking about these things that I'm walking up now. Hills, or more specifically elevation. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Runman Dan. It is Tuesday the 16th of July and we're here at the lovely Queen Elizabeth Country Park for a long run. It's a little bit wet. It's been wet here on the south coast for the last week or so. Perfect July weather in England, but the sun looks like it's peeking through, so we might get a good bit of weather for the end of this run. Before we talk about the topic of this video today, which is the hills and elevation, we'll go through what the training looked like for week 1. A lot of puddles this morning, but doesn't matter because I left one of my running shoes out in the rain last night, so you know, every cloud. So what did week 1 look like for me last week? Well, as you know, Tuesday was the long run. That's when I filmed the first episode. It was a 2 hour 15-minute run and I got 21 kilometers out of that, so just a shade under a half marathon. Wednesday I did a nice gentle 5k recovery run, just to turn the legs over, keep them fresh. Thursday was a steady hill session up here at Queen Elizabeth Country Park for 80 minutes. I managed to get 12.8 kilometers out of that. Friday I should have done a strength and conditioning session, but unfortunately one of my children was ill, so I had to stay home and look after them. Saturday again I would normally rest, and Sunday I did a 1 hour easy run, which I got 9.5k out of. So total for the week was just under 48.3 kilometers and 610 meters of elevation gain. So a solid start to the training. This week we start with the 2 hour 30-minute long run here at QE. We are 5k in 32 minutes. So nice and gentle. Basically going to do an out and back on the South Downs Way today, starting from Queen Elizabeth Country Park Visitor Centre. Hour 15 out, hour 15 back, simple as that. And we'll have a look what the elevation gain is at the end. And the aim, of course, is to get more than the week before at the moment. So we'll see how we do. Let's go. Can you hear that? I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but those sheep are really loud. Must be hungry. Now this is Harting Down. I once ran across here at the dead of night and the midnight marathon, and you couldn't see a damn thing. Well, this is what it looks like in the daylight. Much prettier. That way, not that way. Okay, we've just turned round. 1 hour 15 done. Got 11.9k, so easily 23k out of this. And it's just started raining. Wonderful. That's fine, I'm quite hot, so we turn round and we run back to the Queen Elizabeth Country Park Visitor Centre for a nice cooked breakfast. It's what's keeping me going, really. Oh, right, we'll crack on and then we'll talk about this hill and elevation training. So, hill training, elevation training, as I go up a big hill, you have to incorporate it into your plan if you want to do a coastal marathon. Now, they are notoriously hilly, coastal marathons. There are exceptions to the rule, of course. Portsmouth Coastal Marathon is flat as a pancake. But on the whole, they are hilly marathons. I've done one before in Dorset that had 1,800 metres of climbing. And as I said, Beachy Head has 1,100 metres. So it's quite substantial. So that means you've got to prepare for that. Now, today, I'm walking up this hill because it's a long run. I'm taking things fairly easy. If I was doing a steady hill session or a hard hill session, I would be attempting to run up this. But today, it's not as much of a concern. But you've got to mix it up. You've got to have your elevation in your long runs, which is why I'm coming here. My wife has carefully constructed a plan that 1 week I'm running long here, and the next week I'm running long local to me, but I'm doing a shorter, more intense hill session on another day. And we alternate that all the way through to tapering. But it's not just about having hill strength and hill stamina. There's other things you've got to think of as well. You need to have technique. You need to either have it naturally or build technique for climbing and descending, especially when you're going down a hill. There's so many things you've got to think about, so many variables. Am I going the right pace? I don't want to put too much pressure on my quads. You've got to scan the path in front of you. You've almost got to look 4 or 5 steps ahead and program that into your body on the move. You've got to have the right footwear. We'll talk about that next week. But it's all about repetition. Getting out there, doing those hills every single week. And it's about quality as well. Not just the quantity, but the quality of the run. I used to think before that, I'll walk every single hill that I come across because I'll be walking the hills in the ultras that I do. No, not correct. You need to push yourself on the shorter sessions so that your hill strength is strong enough that you might be able to run some of the hills in the ultras, or you walk them and they're easier. So it's all about that quality as well as quantity. I cannot stress that enough. See, now I'm doing a downhill segment and I've really got to focus on the path in front of me. I'm looking where my feet are going, 3 or 4 steps ahead. It is a technique, it is a skill. You've got to practice that too. That would have been unbelievable if I'd have tripped up then during that segment. Okay, I'm going to stop now and focus. So if you do decide you want to follow this plan, then make sure you find yourself a hilly enough area for your long runs and for your more intense hill sessions. Oh, so we are just about to go past 16k in 1 hour 41. So that's about 10 miles in an hour 41. Just under 50 minutes to go, and then we can get back for that cooked breakfast. Oh, I can't wait. Hope you're enjoying this, the first 2 videos at least of this training series. I will leave in the description what I've done the week before, so I'll just lay out each week's runs. So if you want to use it too, you can. Of course, if you want your own plan tailored to you, my wife's a running coach. Just let me know. That, believe it or not, is a footpath. I was supposed to run down that the other day. I ended up having to go down the road, but that there is a footpath and there's no way I'm getting through that. But then I noticed temporary closure. Ridiculous. that is it. 2.5 hours done, long run, 23.7 kilometers. We'll have a quick look at the elevation while we're here. Tough today though, very tough, but important we get these done. So 23.7 done, elevation of 567 meters. That is perfect. Only 70 or so meters behind the whole of last week. That is a great long run, really pleased with that. So we're done for week 2. Well, we're done for week 2's video, we're not done for week 2's training. As usual, next week I'll cover over what I did this week, and I'll link it all in the description as I said before. Thanks so much for watching. Please do subscribe if you're interested in this sort of thing, and I'll see you next week for week 3. Bye bye.